Yo, yo, yo. Hey, yo, 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 yo. What up, 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 what up? Let me lower it a little bit. How's that? What the hell? What up? I'm sorry, I'm trying to see the levels and how loud it is. How loud is that? How loud is that? Okay, yeah, so it changes based on me toggling the volume. All right, so we're gonna do a little stream. It's gonna be a short one. We're gonna be doing some coloring for this little promotional splash page. Coloring isn't my strong suit, to be fair. You know, um, I'm just trying to do what I can do. This is gonna be a promotional image. It's just a flats right now. There's gonna be a lot done to this when it comes to the background. It's gonna be like a red black background, kind of like they're in hell, like in hell or something. There's gonna be rendering when it comes to the coloring, so it's not just gonna be solid colors. Um, and then it's gonna be some sort of script right here that kind of gives a preview for the first volume or something, you know. So I'm just doing the flats right now, and the coloring, yeah, it's not going too well. Maybe it's going cool, but you know. Wait, why did I save this song? Is this a good song? But yeah, I mean, so that's that. You know, it's cool, I guess. So I'm going to YouTube, make sure that the thing is working correctly. Can you see that? Okay. Um, let's see. All right, all right. A little delay, but all right. Cool. So yeah, we're just gonna do some coloring, and that's it. You know, the typical stuff, typical offline activities. This is the boring work. So for here, what I got so far, okay, well I have this character, then I have this character right here, right? So this is kind of what I got so far, and I gotta code the rest of these characters. Now they could be rearranged later, not really, but I might expand the ones for like the villains, which is this guy right here, this guy right here, and this guy right here, you know? So if you look at the palettes, like the colors on the right here, then you can tell that do I want to keep that song? Hold up. It's all right. I'll delete it though. Anyway, well, this is a song that goes in the Kick a Dope Verse playlist. This is like freestylable. Freestylable. Is that a word? Anyway, so you look at the palettes right here, and it's kind of muted. If I put the color wheel right here, it's kind of muted, you know. And I set these colors, and you can tell that it's a very narrow color range. Not really too bright and not too saturated, you know? And that's kind of, it doesn't matter what I do, it needs to be consistent when it comes to the flats, you know? So it should be the same here, which this one's more dynamic, so I should tone that down eventually. But I'll go in and do that. But just trying to understand and get better at colors when it comes to, okay, if you're doing a large collage, then, you know, you need to be cognizant of this stuff. It's easy just to color one character, but to do a whole collage like this, then I need to have color consistency, you know? So like this one will be a little too muted, if you can see, to where there's no saturation. Look at the color wheel on the top, and look how every time I sample a color, if I were to expand this, every time I sample a color, it's always to the left, which means it's not saturated. You see that? This may be a little too desaturated. Let's go to her, the granny, and it's kind of similar. So you know, it's kind of that style, but this guy is a little too excited, too, you know, not by much. So I got to consider these things, and you know, and the characters in the back, I might want to make them more desaturated as they get further and further up into the back. It's a lot of decisions, choice paralysis, bro. But generally, you can see it's generally just kind of middle of the road lighting, right? Middle of the road lighting for the non-lights, and then desaturated, you can see. And making sure that the lights don't go all the way up to the brightest bright. So yeah. So I mean, it's pretty consistent. The ones that stand out is this guy right here, and then this guy right here. That they stand out in terms of their palettes. You can even see it if you just look at it. Their palettes are more. You see how it's not further to the right, which I can already. To be honest with you, I can already desaturate this. It's kind of, I don't know. It's a problem. Let me say that. It's a problem. See, but if I look at this guy, especially something like this, that's way too saturated. Way, way, way too saturated. This right here. So I'm already probably going to desaturate this right here. And the beauty, how I do it is I make sure the colors in the template is the same layer as the colors in the actual thing. So if I to layer select this and make sure you're not seeing, you see it's the same color. So I'm just going to desaturate this right here, to be honest with you. And then I'm going to sample this. And you can see it's to this little triangular belt here. And I'm just going to desaturate it, bro. Really. So I'm just going to go kind of, and just eyeball it, you know. So it's just going to be kind of like, Um, kind of like this, like that. See, that's perfect. That's good. Like -16. Yeah, that's see how it's already. You can already see it's looking like it fits the overall image better. You know. So how about that? Now let's see where that falls. And now it's more manageable. It's not too. It's on line with him, like kind of middle of the road saturated. Oh no, like this. How about this? It's still kind of. I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's complicated. It's hard to talk about. So I'm trying to find more examples. But kind of here, generally, just generally to the left. What about his skin? That's cool. Now let me sample this. I mean, it's fine. But the fact that you think about the 80-20 rule, I don't want this and his crotch area to be the highlight, right? Because saturation does bring like viewership. It does bring attention. So I might desaturate this even more. You know, just like there's not much to do it. Maybe something like this, you know. Maybe something like that. How's that? No, okay, it's better. I can fuck with that now. So now we're gonna go to where it came from and where it's going. So this is where it came from. Hold on, this is where it came from, right? Here into there. Here to there. Before and then after. Before and after. See how it's drawing so much attention? So that's that. Just trying to bring this more in line. And where it'll most show up is in the palette. That's why I like these palettes, so you can kind of see like what the colors are doing, you know? So now it's looking kind of good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Looking kind of good. And I'm trying to figure out what about her. It's like, well, how's her colors doing? It's on the darker side. But I just want it to be in that like middle left quadrant. Yeah, you see the square. I just want it to be in that general area. And that's cool. You know? Like her skin is super saturated. Comparatively. But I guess not really. So the skin is standing out. And also I always use this too. Turn that stuff black and white and kind of look and see what's going on. Is anything standing out, you know? Also, at this point, I like to just exit. So I can reset the history panel tool so I can know that it's a destructive change. If I like where I'm at, then I'll exit, right? And then I'll, you know, go back here. So that the history panel can reset like that. And so, does anything stand out? That's the thing. There's like status reports. Not really. And what do you want to stand out? Well, I want this guy to stand out front and center. He's going to be the biggest person in terms of he might increase in size when it's all said and done, you know? So not really. Um Actually what I think stands out is there's not enough darkness to this character right here. She's too light, you know? Same as this character. He doesn't stand out as much. But I don't want it's I'm just I'm just saying what I'm thinking. If there's any colors to who's watching this or somebody who draws. It's complicated, man. It's complicated. Because what's standing out is that there's not enough darks for this character. You know, that's what's standing out. So naturally, what would I do? Okay, well, I'm not gonna change the skin because I know the skin. I know the skin color with the characters, right? So this has to be the pants right here, and this needs to be darker, right? But it's you know, I don't want it to be like too much, but even enough that might be cool right there. And it creates a focal point. It creates like you notice this area more. You know what I mean? Like when you first look at this picture, where do your eyes first go? Like to me, mine goes to this character. It kind of goes in this region right here, but it it goes from here to here. So to me, my eyes first go to this character. You know, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure, and I did that accidentally too. To be honest with you. So the fact is, by making this dark, see how it creates a funnel into the a very light area, which is here. Happy accidents, bro. So I'm gonna do this and make my 7. You know, and I might make her dark too. Might make this dark or light. It could be light, dark, whatever. It just whatever. Or actually, no, maybe I make this dark. I like doing this stuff when it's black and white, then turn to color, seeing the result. Because here, your eyes just focus on the lighting of it, which is a big element of color. So, but the thing you want, a good lighting means that it's clear in terms of what character it is, and it's clear they're wearing different clothing. It almost looks like it's colored, even though it's black and white, and that's how you know you have a good lighting on your colors. Like for instance, this character right here, you can clearly see what's happening. This character is cool. This character is poor lighting because the skin is like merging with the hijab, right? This character, if you can clearly see what's happening like here, then you know it's good lighting. And also this character, very good lighting because there's clear separation, per article of clothing, right? Clear separation. This is the worst when it comes to that. This character is great stuff. I even have to increase the lighting on the shoulder. I don't even know what costume this is. I'm just an artist, bro. I'm not a fashion designer. But this was darker and it was blending in with this, so I increased the lighting based on looking at this, and now it looks great. You just want to clearly see what's happening. So, um, dark pants. I might make this hijab darker. It's difficult, man. It's a difficult choice, to be honest with you. It's hard, man. I might do that. But you see, even when I made the pants darker, now this character is more clear in terms of she's clearly wearing a pant here, right? Versus before. It's not really, you see what I'm saying? It's more blending in. So the further you back out, the less clear it is. Versus here, it's very clear. And also, even once it's black and white, you can kind of see the palettes. If I go here and bam, you see how that's more separated, right? And I believe it's the same and that's for the character with the arrows in the back. So then the moment of truth is just going here and then kaboom and seeing how that looks. And that already looks better. You see that? And Clipseo Paint's so good, it lets you go use your history tool to see before and after changes. And selecting a layer or toggling a layer to be visible or not, it doesn't affect the history tool. That's a non-destructive change. So I can go back and see before and after. You see how much better that is? See that? So I'm keeping that. I like it. I like it. I like it. And so, I change here again and I'm fine. I like what I'm seeing. So now we're gonna go to what we really want to do, which is color. And again, I'm so paranoid about not remembering where I left off, because if you continue to work on the document, the history channel is going to get filled with changes, right? Like if I just use my brush here and I just keep brushing, you see the history channel is going to keep filling, right? And then eventually when I'm working on it, I'm not going to remember where did point did I want to save it at. You know what I mean? If I like made a change, I don't want to go back, but I don't remember which point I want to do that. So how I alleviate that is just by going back here. Oh snap! This is the going back here and saving and then exiting. So that there's no. So the fallback point is the point that I wanted to save on. You know. Anyway, so I'm going to exit here. Put all the ones that don't cover this character I want to color. Right. And yeah, we're gonna color this guy. But the thing about these are all my original characters, so I don't know what color this is, and I've never colored these characters because as you can see on like some of the concept art, then I've never colored characters like these, right? You know, this is kind of how I'm picturing him, but he's not colored, So I don't know. So I'm thinking, okay, this guy's like this guy's like a I don't not a lawyer, but like a not a statesman, but like a representative and like a PR guy in this Arab styled land that has a lot of political problems. But he studied in a land that, without spoiling the story, he's not even the fucking major character. But he studied in a land that is way more affluent than the land he's now a PR guy for, right? So people who lived for a time in this foreign overseas land are kind of seen as like, you're not one of us. But because he has status, then he's going to be wearing clothes that are more affluent than the next door neighbors, and to appease the people he's trying to do a good PR campaign for, which will be like vassals, lords of different provinces and shit like that. So because of that, he needs to wear a more extravagant color, in my opinion, you know, and not just a regular brown, tan, or teal. It needs to be maybe something like magenta or red or something. I don't know, some shit like that. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking about. So I'm gonna start out with just like a brownish red, right? I picture him like red and gold or something. So we're gonna try that. Make a new layer, and let's just get the color. G pen, color wheel, And I'm just going to select a random color that I'm thinking about. Maybe something like this. But remember the color wheel. See, I don't even think about this stuff at the time. Because normally in the normal scheme it'd be here, but in the context of the local colors, then it needs to be something like this. Nothing is going to be that saturated, right? So I'm going to do this. We need to choose. We need to choose. What we need to choose? We need to maybe go to right here. And then, yeah, let's go back to the layer. Where was the layer? I don't even know where I was at. Oh, and then you need to go to a bar, that's his name, and then go to select a reference layer. And then go here to color. And then, yeah, let's just, since there's no real border, and I'm just gonna kind of go right here and then select everything. And let's see how well this works. Oh, that does not work well at all, it turns out. Okay, so let's select this. How about that? Nope. Okay. So then there's a, let's go to fill with gaps. Oh no. Let's go to pen with borders. That doesn't work either. What's going on? That's one layer. Let's go. And then we'll go here and we're just gonna paint. There we go. And now it's kind of avoiding going over the borders with this filling pen, which I got as a clip seal paint asset. Even if it's not, then it still helps to do something like this. So just so I can paint without going over it, you know. And really, to be honest with you, I could have just did the regular one, like this. To be honest with you. Okay. And keep going. Obviously this is the easiest part imaginable. It's relating one color to the other color. That's the hardest part. Oh, usually I do the skin very early on. I do the main thing and then the skin. Probably the skin should be first because that is something that should change at least. If you know what skin color it is, then generally like it's going to be right around the ballpark of what you first select. Everything else needs to be considerate of the skin. Like Well, really, any skin color or anything. So even if it's not a good color combination, you gotta take it on the chin because no one can change their skin color, you know. So I want him to be darker, obviously. And give me one moment. I'm about to go to the bathroom. Give me 1 second. All right, all right, all right. Damn, I should drop something. Hold on. All right, all right, all right. We should be good. All right, let's get it. Ooh, all right. So what were we doing? So I wanted his skin to be a certain way. And to be honest with you, he's from the same region as like whoa. He's from the same region as like these people. So this dude, by the way, fun fact, that's the dude who was floating around in during that Be Right Back animation. Um this dude has more sub-Saharan skin tone. These people I want to have more like Middle Eastern skin tone, you know? Maybe him more Turkish, maybe Moroccan skin tone type shit. Uh well, that's two different regions. Maybe like Turkish, Iranian type shit. Um Middle Eastern. So I want it to kind of be like this and not sub-Saharan. I mean, to me it seems like sub-Saharan is more darker and more saturated, you know? So I need to take that into consideration, right? So I think I'm pretty good at eyeballing this stuff. So really, I'm just gonna decrease this, increase that, or maybe not as something like that. That's fine. That's fine. Pretty good at eyeballing this stuff. Color wheel, bam. Compare it. See, very good. See how that's a great eyeball. It's nearly the same as her skin tone when I sample that. See that? Oops. Whoa. His hair, I mean, black, I guess. Very dark brown. I didn't really think about that all too much. A little saturation, but kind of like that. I might change to the lyrical lounge. I want it to be light, but not too light. You know, it's just pretty relative. Yeah, I'll change the lyrical lounge. Let's go. Anyway, all right. So we're just gonna do this like a little gold, maybe like a yellow or something. Maybe it's a darker color. Hmm, hmm. I'm fucking with this already. I'm fucking with this. Pretty easy. Not much going on with his costume anyway. I'm fucking with this. Fucking with this. Fucking with this. But you see, yeah, like I need to compare it to everybody else. How's that look? I don't know. What's the? Oh, you know what I didn't do? The palace, which is what I do, bro. Here's the base costume, which is gonna be the one on the lowest, and then I just make a square. I either do two ways: just a bunch of squares like this, or just one square but a lot of colors inside it. You know, so anyway, that's what we're doing. And that is, uh-oh. Yeah. And then we just go something like that. Remember, the layers are connected like that. Like this. Something like inside the mouth that's not enough for me to want to palette that out. Oh, you know what I didn't do is skin. How do I miss that? Took my son to see Black Panther. Answer to no man. House coleslaw. West Michigan. So again, take this back out. And then just do the same thing. See, already this is too saturated. Already. Right here, that's too saturated. So it's gonna stand out more. That's a problem. I'm just seeing that the rule I set is being breached by other colors and stuff. Yeesh. So here I'm gonna turn that down. This little nose thing right here. Turn it down. And I'm intentionally zooming out because I want to see the whole picture, you know. Right here, then right here. But at the same time, I do want to light. I mean, that's cool. But maybe like, then that's cool. And he's just all dark, as you can see here. Which could either be a good thing or a bad thing, you know? He's a little too dark. It's just too much darkness. I don't know what to change. Either the main costume or the uh, that could work, but not really. I don't think that looks good. If it doesn't look good here, it's not gonna look good in color. don't know how that's gonna look, but we'll see. Ew, that looks terrible. Looks absolutely terrible. Instead, what we're gonna do is make this lighter. There we go. So that's a lot better, as you can see. So we'll start there. See, again, the skin is the immutable thing, so I don't gotta worry about the skin. So this is better already. So let me see how that works. I'm not really seeing a problem here. To me, I just think I like this look better, even though here it doesn't look as good, right? I don't know. I like this gold better though. I might. Let me see if I can. Maybe it needs to be darker like that. Okay, I like that better. You see how it still looks pretty good with that? This might even look better. So you don't want it that dark though. It looks good though. And I'm gonna add some other stuff. This is really it when it comes to how I color. I just keep looking at it, turn it to black and white, look at and just keep comparing and editing. Uh-oh. Also, the problem is that not really a problem. Never mind, it's cool. Because at the end of the day, I'm just gonna make like a little gradient when I delete the stuff like this. Under here, I'm gonna make a gradient, and it's gonna be a gradient delete. You know, kind of like this. Go to gradient, gradient erase. It's gonna be something like this, something like that. I think I'm satisfied with that. I just do one character a day. I think I'm satisfied with that. When I come back, I'm gonna maybe have a completely different opinion. You know, I think I'm satisfied with that. Ooh, you see what I see? It's this right here. This middle thing. It's indistinguishable. Did I even select the color for that? See that? It's indistinguishable. You can only catch it if you do this. Here you can clearly see that, but here it's indistinguishable. That's not good. Glad I caught that. So obviously I'm gonna want this to be darker. So I'm just gonna make it a little darker. And there you go. You need to distinguish. It don't even need to be much, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Kind of like that. And now it's distinguished. See that? That's all I need to do. That's it. Before, after. It don't make much of a difference in the naked eye here, but if it does here, then you know it's doing something. It does make a difference. You just might not see it. My last bite for night then. Super Chevrolet. There we go. I'm fucking with that. Come back. I'm done with that. So that's what I got so far. I got 2 more characters left. Which this guy and this guy have no clue what their color is. And again, just seeing the whole picture and just making sure that everything's cool. Now that I see a lot more darkness, And I'm not talking about the skin colors. Well, that contributes too. But, it was good. It was good. It was good. As long as it's distinguishable. You know what I mean? The lighting is just as important as what color it is. That's half the battle too. Actually, I think the lighting is more important. This is why comics can be done in black and white. The lighting is probably more important than what color you choose. As long as the lighting is clear, then it'll look satisfactory, you know? It's kind of hard drawing black people because their skin is dark. I'm talking like I'm not black. You know, their skin is dark, so it's easier to distinguish from something lighter skinned than something darker skinned. If something is white or very light skinned, then most colors, most lighting and most colors will distinguish from that. But here, like in this case, it's harder. It's hard to color black people, uh, and make it look conventionally good as an artistic piece. You know, see how she's more lighter skinned, so the colors will naturally contrast more. You know, unless I color this white, like he could be. This could be white right here. Then that'll be a different thing, right? That'll be different if this is white. Which that could work too, right? But as a matter of fact, that's pretty nice. But nah, now he looks kind of like royalty or something. Like I don't need him to be looking like that. He's just a peon in the story. So yeah, that's that. All right, I'm about to be out of here. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll be back some other time. Obviously, most of this I didn't even stream while coloring, but by the time I get back, I should be like doing the rendering and stuff. I mean, doing like the final color of each character. Here's just the flats. There's just two more left.